Here is a great update for 32 Dice, the game that I made a couple weeks ago. As you can see, there's now a title screen. There's some settings, and the settings screen has a lot of work to be done. But you can turn the shadows on and off, and what shadows are is basically it shows the die's next possible movements. You can change the layout to a shiny layout or a simple layout. Since I've shown the simple layout before, let's do the shiny layout. This was provided by someone from the Open Pandora boards. Alright, let's begin play. Now the game is exactly the same as before, just a couple different buttons were added so you can enter the settings anytime you want and change the layout of the die if you choose. You can re-roll the dice if you do not like the layout. It does not affect the winners. There's a tally right here of how many times red won and how many times blue has won. The number of dice is shown here along with the meter, just a simple little thing I added. And other things to show, let me show you its shadows. So if I click on this 2, it shows the die I clicked and the different positions you can go. You can change the die face from here. You can click on the die to deselect that wasn't there before, or you can click the X if your mouse is already in this appropriate area. Let's see, it's a couple things that, that's right, undo button. So there's an undo button. I cannot undo right now since there's no moves to undo. But let me show you a couple cool things that I added. So let's say I want to make a quick move. Let's see, this looks like a safe place to go. Let's go right here. It'll show you the moves that you have actually made. So this die went from 1-7 over to 4-4. If I go back, I'll undo that move and it'll go straight back to where it began. So a list of different moves will appear right here on the bottom left. If the die shines red, that's not a die to move. Let's see, right here. The die shines red like that, it cannot move. You can change the side of the die, for instance this, which will show here a red 5 turned to a red 3. A purple background will show what was the last die you moved or used. That purple background will stay there, remain there until you make another move, just like that. The game will continue going until finally someone is declared the winner. Do a quick little run through of the game. I don't want this guy to win right away. So let's see, it's going to be red's turn right now. Let's move this guy here. Blue will turn this into a 1. And I can change one of these dice to 1 to end the game, but just for demonstration purposes, I will, I can actually kill him from here as well. I will allow blue to win automatically. And again, if you do not like that move, red has the opportunity to undo that move, just like that, and change when the dice is the proper, well, actually they'd have to undo it twice, but change the face of the dice to the appropriate die to help keep the game going, or undo that. But in this case, I prefer the game to be shorter, so let's do that. Red will try to win, overlooking the fact that there's a 1 right there. And there we go, blue wins. Now I might change up a bit of this because it's not too, it's not very easy to tell who won at the time unless your eye is over here. Unless you start clicking things and notice that, you can't really click anything. But what I should do, what I'm planning, I've already created a little image for it, is putting a crown over the winner. And maybe getting rid of this background right here. So that way your eyes aren't stuck on the last move. So that will be implemented for a future update. So as we see, the meters have gone down, as long as showing how many dice is left. You have the opportunity to continue the game, which will reroll the dice, or say no, which will automatically end the program. So there we go. And as we see, the tally has gone up. Blue has won 1 time. And the games can keep on going. Now there's a couple other changes I would like to add to the game. But that will actually appear, this is version 1.5. I plan to really soon make a version 2.0, which should change the layout of most of the game. For instance, the options will look completely different. The title screen will also be different, and also if you hover your mouse over any of the settings, you will actually see a little label that will tell you what each button is. Oh, one last thing to mention, there is a computer player, so I can click on it. The computer player is actually extremely stupid, and also last move marker kind of appears in random places for, I'm not too sure why. You can actually create a computer player for both the red side or the blue side, and have both computer players play each other, but there is a lot of mistakes in it, and in fact will not be implemented into version 1.5. If there is a 1.6, there should be a computer player. Another thing I am working on is network play. I've already created a proper network and server so that way the game can run, but that won't be implemented until either version 1.6 if that exists, or for sure version 2.0. So very excited for these updates. Definitely there's a lot of different visuals I need to change up a bit. For instance, maybe change up this whole side a bit, make things not look so unorganized, just things are just thrown everywhere. So I want to kind of organize it and maybe create, maybe not have so much black area, maybe have a background. Anyways, so here's this is the update of version 1.5. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope that motivates you to want to download my game. It is free to download, and I will put a link in the description below. All you have to do is click on that link. It'll take you to a board. Go through the board, and at the first post that I have up, you should be able to click the link to download the game. Anyway guys, I appreciate you watching this video, and I hope to see you again in the next update.